Hi everybody, Sarah B here. I've had a few requests for classes recently, the most common request being a clinic rather than a full-on class for tight shoulders, sore neck and a rounded back. I think this is a syndrome that comes to us, especially at the moment. A lot of us are at home online, this position with the chin pointing forward. So I'm going to lead you through a few poses today that are therapeutic, that will help to open you up, oil up and de-rust the neck, the shoulders and the upper back. Start by kneeling. So I'm in Vajrasana here. If you need to put a blanket underneath your seat to support and lift up your bottom, to take off some of the pressure of your knees, please do this. I'm going to leave this here. I'm not going to keep you seated for long. I want you please to begin by bringing your arms up overhead and interlacing your fingers and pressing the palms of your hands up to the ceiling. And when you do this, press your tailbone down towards your heel so your lower back lengthens. Now change this and grab your elbows. If grabbing your elbows is a little bit inaccessible, just grab your forearms. Framing your head, make sure that you can turn your head, you haven't glued your neck in place by doing this. And bring your elbows back to a comfortable position. We're just beginning now, so don't push things too much. And again, keep pressing your tailbone down and press your lower ribs slightly into your belly. Now release your arms, bring your arms up straight, bring your hands all the way down, and then interlace your hands behind your back in the way that you did planting your palms up towards the ceiling, but have your palms facing your back. So like this. And straighten your arms and bring your shoulders back. Now when you do this, you might find your chin jutting forward, so just draw your throat and chin slightly back. Keep pressing your tailbone down and drawing your lower ribs in, and maybe bring your hands a little higher. Then change this and clasp your elbows again, like you did when you had them overhead. Now, if clasping your elbows again is inaccessible here, just grab your forearms or even just your wrists and gently draw your shoulders back. You don't need to move around here, I'm just moving to show you what's going on behind my back. And release this and come to hands and knees. We're going to do twisted child's pose here. So hands and knees with your knees behind your wrists and your feet behind your knees as if you were on rail tracks. Bring your left arm underneath your right armpit with the palm facing up, your left palm facing up, and stretch your left hand towards me as you bring the side of your head to the floor and rest your head. Press your tailbone down towards the back of your knees and reach a little bit more with that left hand so that you're opening up the outside of your left shoulder. Try and press even your thumbnail and your little fingernail down. Doing a twist here to stretch and open the diagonal lying muscles on your back. Push your right hand down to help you do this, and then come to the other side. So left hand comes to the floor, right hand scoops, palm up, reach, and really do bring your head to the floor. Quite often people have their head up in this pose. Let your head come to the floor. We don't want your neck to get any tighter. So rest your neck and reach, reach, reach. Keep pressing your tailbone down. Even slightly squeeze your knees towards each other. And then release that arm. And come into puppy dog. So walk your hands forward. So you feel like your arms are at a 45-degree angle. Your thigh bone's going to stay straight up and down. Bring your forehead to the floor or on your block or on your blanket. And if your head is in space, that's also fine. Nice release for the chest here. And the upper back presses down. Armpits rise up. So actually press down through the base of every finger knuckle, including your thumbs. So you feel the center of your palms rising, and then feel the center of your armpits rising as well. I love this pose. I try and do this at least a couple of times a day. And then from here, please come into downward facing dog. So lift your head up, place your hands so your index fingers are pointing forwards. Bend your knees to begin with in down dog. Feet really nice and wide, and press your chest towards your thighs as you push your hands forward. You can keep your knees bent here, especially if you know when you come into down dog, your lower back slightly rounds. Or straighten your legs so you get a stretch on the back of the legs. It's not all about the neck and the shoulders today. Stretch the back of the legs as well. Then bring your knees to the floor and come all the way down. We're going to do some belly down back bends now. Starting with Cobra, bring your hands a little further back by the sides of your waist rather than under your shoulders. Squeeze your legs so your kneecaps come off the floor and curl up into a baby Cobra. Don't make this the best ever Cobra, but focus on lifting your shoulders up away from the floor so your shoulder blades could hold a pencil in place if it was in between them. And then gently press your shoulders down towards your tailbone. Press your tailbone down towards the floor and maybe squeeze your legs a little closer to each other. And then come all the way down and rest for a moment. Bring your arms around your head. Turn your head to the right so your left cheek is on the floor. And place your head really nicely when you do this. Don't just plonk it down. Make sure your head is centrally placed in between your shoulders and rest. So you're getting a good twist in your neck. We will twist to the other side in a moment, but let's do another pose first. So pick your head up and look down at the floor. You don't need to look at the camera. For a variation of Locust Pose, bring your arms down by the sides of your body with your palms facing up. Squeeze your legs and then pick your legs up off the floor, push away with the base of your big toes. Pick up your hands, your shoulders, your throat. Keep looking slightly down. I don't want you to strain the back of your neck by forcing yourself to look up. And then bring your thumbs and your big toes closer to each other. So you're pressing into the midline, strengthening your upper back, which as we round down looking at our devices becomes stretched and weak. This is a really good anti-device pose. And again, you don't have to come up high. In fact, it's better if you come down low and stay a little longer. Having said that, 3, 2, 1. Now bring everything down to the floor. Turn your head to the left. Place your head really nicely with your right cheek on the floor. Let all the muscles on your back, including the muscles running down the back of your legs, rest. But keep your eyes open so you don't get sleepy. And then come into downward facing dog. So pick your head up, place your hands further back than you think, more by the sides of your waist. Tuck your toes under, push the floor away, press back. Turn your inner elbow creases forwards, away from your tailbone, and push down through the mushy base of your thumbs and the base of your index fingers. We're going to do one more belly down back bend, and then we're a couple of standing poses, and then we're done. So bring your knees to the floor, come all the way down, and for bow pose, bend both of your knees, and bring your hands down by the sides of your thighs, pick your hands up, turn your thumbs down so your palms are facing each other. Now you can stay like this and just reach for your feet, but if you can reach the base of your shins, your ankles, tops of your ankles, then grab around, hook with your hands strongly. If that's going well, then pick your thighs up off the floor, raise your chin, relax your face, relax your eyebrows, push your toes away from your head, and keep pressing your knees towards each other so your inner thighs engage. 3, 2, 1. You go back to downward facing dog. So release your ankles, place your hands, lift up, press back. Now, bring your feet together, raise your right leg behind you. We're just going to do Anjaneyasana one time, a low lunge. Step your right foot in between your hands. If your right foot doesn't come forward easily, use your right hand to bring that leg forward. Bring your back knee down and bring your arms all the way up. I'm going to change position here so that you can see me, but you stay as you are. Your right leg forward, your left leg back, and then grab your left wrist. Inhale as you reach up. And as you exhale, bend towards the right. And try not to look down or move your chin forward. Keep your head sort of centrally located above your tailbone. Really breathing into the outside of your left arm. Then release this and come back to downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, bring your feet together again and then raise your left leg behind you. Really stretch both legs straight and strong. Bring your knee to your nose and step forward. Bring your right knee down. Same thing here. Bring your arms up. Take your time coming up. Press your front foot towards your back foot. Bring your arms up. This time grab your right wrist, inhale, get lots of length, and as you exhale, lean to the left, breathing into the outside of your right lung. Getting a double whammy here with your hips being nicely open, but focus more on breathing into the outside of your right shoulder. The base of your pose strong, your upper body light, and bending to the left. Now come back up to vertical, bring your hands down, go back to downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the floor, and as we began, sit kneeling. If you need a blanket underneath your heels, get that. And give yourself a hug. So just bring one arm over the other, clasp your shoulders, and press your elbows down. Keep your abs engaged by pressing your tailbone down and bringing your lower ribs into your body. And then give yourself a hug the other way. So bring your arms up, other arm on top, the way you don't usually hug yourself. Sorry about the microphone there. And then release and eagle arms. So bring your arms ahead, bring your right arm under, cross your arms as high as you can, and wrap around. Now, if that's not okay for you, you can do hands back to back or just repeat the hugging. If this is okay for you, try and bring your wrists right in front of your nose, and like an eagle, gaze towards the outside edges of your left eye and your right eye. Peripheral vision exercise here. Quite interesting trying to do this. And as you do it, relax your shoulders and press your wrists away from your face. Now the other side, so unwrap the arms, left arm under. Again, repeat just the hug, backs of the hands or maybe palm to palm. Make sure your abs are still slightly engaged. Press your wrists away from your face. And again, that peripheral vision. Your eyes are facing forward, but you're focused on what's going on the edges of the room. And then slowly release. Bring your arms down. Rotate your shoulders back a couple of times, forward a couple of times. Bring your hands onto your legs. Feel the lightness of your shoulders. Turn your head left and right a couple of times. And you're done. I hope you feel a little more ease in your neck and shoulders. Come back to the sequence anytime. Please, please, please click on the subscribe button. I think it's down here on the right. That will really support my channel. Thank you very much. Help me keep going so I can keep on bringing these classes to you. And namaste. Keep doing yoga, everyone.